interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you something beyond reproach. Before you lies a door. It is a bewildering yet alluring door. You open this door with the key of imagination. Beyond this door lies another realm. A realm made up of adventure, fantasy, and horror. A realm extending from the shallow waters of reason to the murky depths of the unknown. To those who open and pass through the door, I greet you, for you are now in the Geek Zone. Enjoy your stay.
Happy Groundhog's Day, everyone! Welcome to the Geek Zone. I'm still your temporary host, Jake.
Groundhog's Day is a holiday celebrated on February 2nd in the Georgian calendar. According to American folklore, if a groundhog comes out of its burrow on this day and sees its shadow, then it means 6 more weeks of winter. Otherwise, it will mean spring will come early. Modern customs of the holiday involve celebrations where early morning festivals are held to watch the groundhog emerge from its burrow. As for me and my family, we just include sausages in every meal that we have that day.
Happy Groundhog's Day, everyone! Wait. Didn't we do this already? Well, today let's look at 007 James Bond The Duel for the Sega Master System.
007 James Bond The Duel, or James Bond 007 The Duel, depending on who you are, is a James Bond video game released for the Sega Master System, the Sega Game Gear, and the Sega Mega Drive/Sega Genesis. It is loosely based on the spy films featuring Ian Fleming's Secret Agent 007. The game was developed and published by Dumark and released in 1993. There is also a Sega Mega Drive/Sega Genesis cartridge version, which has the Tengen logo instead of the Dumark. Or Domark, however you pronounce it. Now the question of the day. Do you want to play this? Well, hold on to your fanny, Annie, because we're going in. The controls in this game are as clunky as a drunk Frankenstein monster. Bond in this game moves so slowly, I just want to slap my TV screen and yell. Apparently, the people who made this game took advice from the people who made Mega Man, because you can't shoot up or down. They put enemies above you and below you, but there is nothing you can do about it. After a few moments of playing with these controls, you will find yourself more frustrated than a nerd who can't find his handheld. Controls get a 1 out of 5. The graphics in this game is about par with similar systems like the NES or the Atari 7800. So not much to say here. Graphics get a 3.5 out of 5. The pick up and play factor sucks worse than Monday mornings. There is no tutorial and no identifiers in the game as to what to do. It just drops you in and basically says, "Hope you figure it out." It might be in the booklet, but I don't own the booklet. And I can't find one online, so there is no way to know. At the same time, you shouldn't have to look in the booklet just to figure out how to play the game. All that being said, pick up and play factor gets a 2.8 out of 5. The replay factor is so low it would have to look up to see hell. I played this thing for nearly an hour and couldn't get past the first level. And let me tell you something, at the end of that hour, I was about ready to shoot myself. I don't care if I ever play this thing again. Replay factor gets a 1 out of 5. The sound in this game is near non-existent. There is no background music whatsoever, and the only sounds are the basic sound effects. If it weren't for the sound effects, sound would get a 0. But since sound effects technically count, sound gets a 0.5 out of 5. Story? Who knows? If it makes any mention of it in the game, I couldn't find it. Why? Because I couldn't get past the freaking first level. If it is in the booklet, well, we aren't going to get into that again. So since it is as if there is no story, story gets a 0 out of 5. Shame on you, video game. Shame on you. Want to play factor is as depressing as finding out that Nintendo wasn't joking about the name of their new system. Much like replay factor, it is hard to want to play something that even on the easy setting, you can't figure out what you are doing or even get past the first level. Want to play factor gets a 0.3 out of 5.
Now let's tally the score.
Control, 1 out of 5, F-. Graphics, 3.5 out of 5, C-. Pick up and play factor, 2.8 out of 5, F+. Replay factor, 1 out of 5, F-. Sound, 0.5 out of 5, F-. Story, 0 out of 5, F-. Wanna play factor, 0.3 out of 5, F-. Total, 9.1 out of 35, giving 007 James Bond The Duel for the Sega Master System a 26%. Congrats, The Duel, you get a grade of F-. Now, would I recommend this? If you expect me to seriously answer this question, then you haven't been paying attention. This has to be in my top 10 worst games I have ever played. I don't know where, but it's in there somewhere. Well, that does it for this episode. If you'll excuse me, I have to use my superhuman pilot skills to stop a madman from destroying the world just because he wants to start a new one. So, later.
We now return you to your normal broadcast. Thank you.
Mr. Sandman,
Yes?
bring us a dream. Give him a pair of eyes with a